Okay, we're going to do a feather dress. Excuse me. I'm going to feather dress a single hook for you here today. Um, what I'm doing is, whoops, I've got one of these spoons right here, and they come with a treble hook on them. Took the treble off, and I put a single hook on. Hook in the vise is a 2-aught Oshaunesy bend hook. So it's got a large eye on it. It's basically just a long shank hook, and it's got like the back end drops down a little more than a normal J hook does. It bends a little different. Using red thread 210 veneer. Going to use copper wire. This is medium size. That's not really, doesn't really matter, but that's what it is. These are saddle hackles, black, 2 of them, and then here's the others, 2 neck hackles in black. And the tip on that one's a little beat up, but not the tip, the middle, but that doesn't matter because we're only using the tip. So first thing, get your thread started here. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down to the bend. Just make sure the thread's on there. Go ahead and cut that off. Now we're going to take these neck hackle, and I want it probably about the length of the shank of the hook. This one's good, so we're going to just break off the majority of it. So I've just got a piece to tie in here, and we're going to tie this so that it bends away from the hook. That's cinched down. Grab the other one, and get a measurement on it of about where you need to break it. Snap it off. We'll take, and we got to turn this, so this one's going to bend away from the hook and towards us. Put it on this side and tie it down all the way back to the point. Now we're going to tie in copper wire. Doesn't need to be copper colored either. It could be whatever color you want. This is just what happened to be on the it's what happened to be on my wire bobbin. Bring the thread up to the front end there. Gonna try using hackle pliers this time. Last time I didn't. And it was a little messy. So when you take these saddle hackles, you can see this much of it. This is all fluffy stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and pull all that off. Pulled it all off. And then we're just going to cut it so that we've got a stem to tie in on. And do the same to this one. See about there. You want these two to match fairly, they don't have to be perfect matches, but pretty good. Go ahead and cut that. We're going to take and line these both up. So they're both just back to, or one back to the other one. So they're both going the same way. And we're going to take and capture the tips, tie them in. And then we're just going to start wrapping those around the hook, palmering them, backwards. It's always a lot to deal with right here, trying to get everything situated. And I'm not using the hackle pliers. I don't really like to, but it's just holding them right now. It would be a lot easier if I was using the hackle pliers. We're going to take the wire and we're going to make wraps around the back end. This is over the saddle hackle that we just tied in, or palmered backwards rather. So that's not going anywhere now. That's how it's being secured to the back. And then you're going to open space wrap your wire forward and just kind of weave it in and out of the feathers all over the, you know, all the standing feathers. You don't want to catch too much of it. Just work your way forward. Now we're gonna do two or three wraps right there at the front. Hold that up to the side. You could helicopter this off if you really want to, but I'm just going to take a pair of wire cutters and just clip that right off. Holding your feathers back, we're going to go ahead and put a good bit of thread right around that. Make sure you bind all the wires down. Everything's good and secured. A few feathers get stuck forward, that's no big deal. And then we're going to just do a little whip finish. Probably, you know, 4 or 5 turn whip finish. Whip finish isn't really important, you just need it to hold long enough because we're going to put super glue on there anyways. So then whatever, you know, whatever brand super glue you like, Zap-A-Gap, whatever, go ahead and just coat that thread base. I'm going to take this off, throw it over here to dry. Okay, so we're going to pull off, I'm going to take this other one off. This is the one I just did a minute ago. If you're interested in making videos on tying, make sure to do 1 or 2 beforehand to make sure, you know, so you're able to do a good job of it, you know, right away. You don't want to stumble through it if you haven't tied one of those in a little while. I'm going to just show you what this looks like on the spoon. So I got my split ring pliers, and I'm just going to try and get you in focus here. To open up this split ring. And I want the hook point on the same side as the front of the lure. That's just preference, it probably doesn't make a difference. So there we go. Front end. This is a gold one. I do gold, I do black feathers. I'm going to do some silver ones in a minute, and they're going to have a white feather. We're doing these for pike and you know, pickerel, that kind of deal. So that's why the wire's in there. If you're doing it just for like if you're doing these on a smaller scale, just for like trout or bluegill or something, then you really wouldn't need to do the wire, and you could just, you know, you wouldn't reverse palmer these, you just palmer them forward and tie it off on the front end like normal. But I mean, the wire adds security to it anyways, and so I hope somebody found some use out of this, and thanks for watching.